All right. So the judge goes, okay, Mr. Answering interrogatories, let me get you to raise your right hand for me. And do you swear to tell the truth? Now, who's Josh?
That would be me.
Okay. So you go, I do. Is that what you did?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So the first thing that you do when you go, okay, Mr. Spence, which is you, say allegedly you, whatever. So let me get. So that's the first thing that you've got to deal with. All right. Answer interrogation. So you need to just go straight into let me get. You circle that and you ask, what do you mean by get? And then it says raise your right hand. What do you mean by your? Okay. So this is what I was sending a text earlier this morning about, that it's in the common language every single day. What is in the language that we speak that is loaded with possession, and why is it that it's the possessor? Why do we talk about possessor? Yeah. So when you start listening to, if one has never heard themselves speak, or they've never really heard how other people speak, you'll find that the language is 100% loaded with possession. And once you start to see this, there's the concept of God, the concept of creator, and all of those concepts. They all funnel underneath the big heading of possessor. It's a very strange concept to conceive until you start to investigate this. So let me get, circle that. What do you mean by get? You to raise your right hand. What do you mean by your? And do you swear to tell the truth? Well, what the fuck do you know about truth? I'll tell you, right? If you tell me what truth, what you mean by truth. As soon as you go into I do, they got that jurisdiction. Are you recording the call?
I see Dominion is. I'm not quite sure how to use this app yet, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
right.
So,
Anyway,
um,
look, I didn't give you guys notice, so I'm just jumping on. Has Dominion got this as well? Is every because if you two are going through it, it could help. Oh yeah, it is being recorded, so that's good. All right, so that's good. So we'll keep going through it. It's a very simple transcript, yet everything's there. Okay, Mr. Ruff, it's going to have. See, can you understand? If you can just see it, boys and girls, possession is in every corner, everywhere you look, everywhere you hear it, you're speaking it, except we just can't, we don't even know where it is, and yet it's right in front of us. It's happening every second. The judge is going, okay, Mr. Raff is going to have some questions. Right. What do you mean by have? Underline the have. Have some questions for you about judgment. You can use the room back there. Let me know when you were ready. Cool. What do you mean by have? And Josh, I do have a question, sir. Mr. Josh Spence. So now you're in possession because starting a statement off, I do, right? That's basically when you speak from you're speaking in front of the possessor, which is I am is the father of the heaven and
right.
earth, and that's basically jurisdiction, liability, whatever you want to call it. Judge goes, well, I have Joshua L. Spence, birthday, blah, blah. And Josh goes, I am the attorney. I've recorded for the person Joshua thing, blah, blah, Joshua Spence. So I am again. It's the jurisdiction. And the judge goes, so who are you? Now, beautiful. He's asking you, who are you? Right? Because you're speaking on behalf of the Almighty. Who the fuck are you? Yeah. So, and then you go, Joshua Spence is the attorney of record. And the judge goes, I don't have an attorney of record for Josh Spence. There you go. Are you Josh Spence or someone else? That's right, because he basically has got a name there, a claim, making a claimant, but that you've given him. There's no proper notice about that you're some attorney. He hasn't. There's no agreement. So the judge goes, I don't have an attorney of record for Josh Spence. He's extremely on point. Are you Josh Spence or somebody else? He's asking, who the fuck are you? And then you make a claim again. I'm the attorney of record. I'm Joshua Spence, the attorney of record. There's two different beings here at play. The judge goes, no, there ain't. There's one. It's you. You're Josh Spence, right? And the judge interrupts, sometimes speaking. The attorney of record for the person I'm representing. Yeah. So you're speaking, every time you speak, I'm representing. And the judge goes, I don't want to hear that. I want to know if you are Josh Spence. That's right. He's going straight in. He doesn't want to hear all your fucking bullshit about the attorney and I'm representing and all that fucking rubbish. He's going, I don't want to hear any of that shit. And then Josh goes, I just need to know if I'm allowed to represent myself. And the judge will go, yeah, right? So what you can do to avoid all that fucking, I'd probably call that a bit of a circus act. What you can do is just go, whenever the judge is going, are you Joe Blow? You just go present. And that deals with the whole fucking cockety gobbledygook, all that ramblings that goes on, right?
What if they ask you to state your name for the record? That's kind of the one.
State your fucking name. What the fuck do you mean by your?
Okay.
You just start to incline the ears. It's so hard to listen. I understand it's not easy, but this is the shit. You should actually, this should be in paper form, and you should be underlining it in red ink or black or something, circling it, where you start changing the mindset. Gotcha. You need to change the brain and the mind, how it thinks. It's the only way it's going to help you in court, in anywhere, everywhere you go. The judge goes, I don't have an attorney of record. No, he doesn't. Are you fucking Josh Spence? Right, I am. Well, am I? Am I the attorney of record? Where do you come up with that shit? That's probably the judge probably asking. The judge goes, no, there ain't. There's no one. It's you. What is he going? So you go, I don't want to. Oh, yeah. So Josh goes, the attorney of record for the person I'm representing. And the judge goes, I don't want to hear that. I want to know if you are such and such. And you go, I just need to know if I'm allowed to represent myself. And the judge goes, yes. Okay, then I'll represent myself as the person, Josh Spence. That's funny. Okay, well, go back and answer his questions. Okay, so who are you going to answer the question? Judge interrupts, sometimes speaking. Josh goes, I'd like to deal. So whenever you speak with I like, I this and I that, you're in telling mode. Once you're in telling mode in court, it's basically they get out the steamroller and they start fucking pressing you down and you come out flat. I'd like to deal him some other time. This is a person's debt. The judge, you're here today to answer interrogatories. Yes, that's right. You got to answer these questions, right? Because obviously you're speaking from the I am. Because now you're God, you better answer. If you're God, you have to fucking answer. Answer this fucking piece of paper. Because you're fucking God all fucking mighty. All right? You believe you're fucking the Almighty? Answer the fucking interrogatories. And Josh goes, is that for a person's debt or my debt? My debt is my possession. And the judge interrupts for some time speaking. Well, this is for you. And I would add there, this is for you, arsehole. Right? Because you're a possessor. My debt. my possession. You're making it clear to the judge, not only you speak from the I am, but you're also my possession. Now, this is not about finger pointing, boys and girls. This is about looking at it from the court's perspective and how they hear and see you speak.
Mm-hmm.
They hear every term and word coming out of that pie hole, right? And that's very interesting. That is for you. Yes, it's for you. And Josh goes, the person for the person, Josh, blah blah. Can you read that statute? All right. So what you're asking, can you interpret that statute? And the judge goes, no, I'm not going to read that statute. That's right. The judge ain't going to read you fucking nothing. Because to read something is fucking to interpret something. And the judge knows better than any other asshole there not to fucking read anything. Because what you're doing when you read shit is you're interpreting shit. You can sound it out, but you ain't going to fucking read it. So the judge is going to ask you a question because you're already God. You are God. You've declared to be God in court. My question is, are you going to answer the questions or not? Because you're God. You're the God Almighty, so bloody well answer these fucking questions. Judge interrupts, sometimes speaking. And the Josh goes, he's not here. My client is not here. Oh, my possession is not here. That's how the judge hears it. And I'm Joshua Spence, and I'm the God Almighty appearing for the person. And the judge goes, okay, well, you, Joshua Spence, attorney to the Joshua Spence, are in custody. There you go. Now, so the judge goes, okay, well, you, Josh Spence, attorney for Josh Spence, are in custody till you answer these questions. So take him to the back. So it sounds like a bailiff picked your ass up and threw you out the back, correct?
Yeah, it took me to the little bars. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Because you've been a naughty boy. You've been claiming the possessor's property. You think you're God. So the judge asked you, if you're God, answer the fucking papers. And you kept talking about my possessions and I'm God and everything else. This is all fucking court, boys and girls. And I hope you're recording it because this is gold here. So now you go to custody. In the custody, they have to hold you, right, until you answer the questions to take him to the back. And you keep going on about the eternity of record. The judge goes, now you're under arrest, arsehole, until you answer his questions. Let me know when you want to answer them and I'll bring you back out. That's right. So when you're ready to fucking answer, you can come out like a naughty little boy and you can tell the world how much of a God you think you are. And Josh goes, well, if I owe a debt, you're bringing up terminology of debt, so you're in possession. I'll answer him at any time outside of here. I don't understand. This is a personal debt. And the judge interrupts, blah, blah, blah. And the judge goes, it's got to be done today in the back. Otherwise, you're in jail till you can answer. And he'll throw you in jail, maybe for a day or two. I don't know. Like I said, do you have anything you'd like for me to read for the person? And the judge interrupts. The judge goes, no, I don't want you to read anything. I want you to either answer the fucking questions or go to jail, asshole. That's right. Because he's dealing with a little demon. And the demon keeps talking like I said. Who the fuck are you to say anything? You get 10 years for fucking saying something. All right. And Josh goes, do you have anything? Who the fuck are you to say anyone has anything? What do you believe you have there, mister? You like me to read and you like me to interpret? You need to underline this fucking shit, mate, because it's all here. You boys and girls want to fucking learn about this shit. It's in front of you. And, if you want to be on this platform, this is the opportunity of a lifetime to fucking see shit that you've never seen before. You won't get this anywhere else in the world. You'll get it right here, right now, right here, what you're doing. This is where it's all happening. Nowhere else on this fucking rock. Just here, right now. Okay? So you'd like me to read it. Now, you need to investigate what it is to read. When you read something, you get your fingers chopped off. And then you go through the wood chipper. Because reading is a form of interpretation. And it ain't your property. It ain't anyone to interpret property that don't belong to them. And you don't belong to you. And that's a head fuck, right?
Correct.
You think you belong to yourself?
No.
You're going to have a rude awakening, boys and girls, until you realise when you think you're fucking reading and you're interpreting shit, and then you're asking the judge to read it, he's going to throw you in the jail, and he'll keep throwing you in the jail until you wake up. This is all Shawshank Redemption. Only problem is it took him 40 fucking years to wake up. How long is it going to take you boys to wake up from this fucking coma?
Daniel, can you elaborate when you say it took him 40 years to wake up? Because I watched his scene the other day where he went, after you mentioned it, he went before the board and was
There
released.
you go.
And it
Every
seemed
time
like
he went before the board, he was denied. He was denied because he made. You need to investigate and you need to listen to every word that come out of his mouth. That's what you need to write down, and that's what you need to start seeing. What did he do? And if you cannot hear it, you boys are going to be in the same scenario. You cannot hear it is because we're blinded to possession. And it took him 40 years. And then they fucking granted him access. They said, fuck, we can't even hold him back now. But it did take him 40 fucking years to realise what the fuck is this all about and who the fuck really knows shit. And he spoke from the heart and they fucking couldn't hold him in jail. And he couldn't give a fuck what they did.
So it was because he spoke from the heart was the key.
Yeah, but he didn't give a fuck. After
Yeah,
what
he was
do, the
over
fuck,
it.
what do you think what is this? He asked them the question. I don't know what this fucking this rehabilitation or whatever they fucking said to him.
Yeah.
What that fucking means.
Right.
Do you fucking know what it means? Do you know what it is to interpret, to be rehabilitated? Because he don't give a fuck what it is. He don't know what the fuck it is. Now we can let this asshole out. Because he don't know what it is. Even though he made a statement, his intent came through.
Right.
If you can't see, you need to watch it another 100 times.
Right.
It's blinding, and you need to see it in the panel where they're all lining up and they're all fucking listening to him, and they got their pens and papers and their fucking eyebrows looking at the fucking claimant. And then it took him 40 fucking years to fucking wake up. Judge goes, no, I don't want to read anything. I want you to either answer his questions or go to jail. And Josh starts off again with a fucking statement. I'd like to go under oath and tell the truth. You want to tell the truth? Who the fuck are you? What do you know about truth? What is fucking truth? And who are you to fucking claim you'd like to go under oath? Oh, mate, you're digging a big hole there. Judge interrupts. Judge goes, I already put you under oath, arsehole. That's why I'm putting you in jail. Okay, then. I'd like to take the stand, sir. Oh, you see, brothers, the language we speak is a language of hardcore warfare. When you're using the words like take, oh boy, that's Donald Duck. Main. So I'd like to take the stand, sir. Now you need to also renew the mind and ask yourself, how would I rephrase that in question form? Because if you boys don't know how to open up the mind in question form, you're going to be just like all these other fucking platforms. They're bickering at one another and fighting at one another. Let's not make this about that. Let's make this an opportunity of a lifetime to start scrutinising every assumption that is written or transcribed or spoken or whatever. We all agree with that?
Right.
Yes.
Good. There might be a bit of hope here, if there's such a thing. Judge goes, let me look at this. Hopefully we're all on the same page there. Okay, so there you go, the judge. He knows straight away. He don't fucking read nothing. Josh goes, I'd like to go under oath and tell the truth. The judge goes, I already put you under oath. And Josh goes, okay then, I'd like to take the stand, sir. The judge goes, well, you're going to do it back there because I got a bunch of other cases. In other words, he couldn't give a fuck about you. He says, you're just like everyone else. You're making a lot of claims, or you're speaking from the possessor's mouth. I'd like you have a look at every statement that's made, right? The judge starts going, he starts telling you, because you're telling him, so he starts telling you. Well, once you start asking the question, you know, if I was to ask a question, Your Honour, would that be okay? Yeah? Judge, where you're going over the back there, I've got a bunch of other cases. And then Josh goes, can I take the stand? Now, first of all, why would you want to fucking take anything? Once you take anything, you get your fingers fucking chopped off. Taking is another word for fucking stealing, thievery. You're taking without asking. And you cannot do nothing when you fucking think you can or take. You get the opposite. The opposite happens to you. Can I take the stand? No, you can't. Who the fuck do you think you are? And then the judge goes, you're going to do it back there, asshole. And Josh goes, sir, I don't want to be. You're saying I'm under oath right now, under penalty of perjury. And the judge goes, just take him to the back. And then Josh goes, am I under penalty of perjury? You're coming up with too much terminology there, Josh. The judge goes, you're under arrest. Take the asshole away. That's right. Because when you're bringing up penalty, that's another word for claim. You've got a claim before the court, claim, and I made a claim. So this is the same thing that would happen to if you're doing the Batman thing, such as, is there a claimant here? Yeah, I'll give you a claimant. You're under fucking you're under possession of terminology. All right? Take him back and then take him away and arrest the bastard. Throw him in jail. Mr. Raff, have a seat. There you go. Take possession of a seat. What the fuck do you mean by have? Once he gets his head. Can you see the words get, you fucking head? Now you're going to give someone head because you didn't fucking well deal with get. Straight, you can get again. How many fucking gets in this one sentence? Get it right or get it done today. Otherwise, he's going to stay in custody until he answers your questions. Now, boys and girls, the judge is basically, he sees a hardcore claimant and he's fucking well giving you possession because you're fucking possessed. You're full of demons. You go to court with your demons. That's what's going on. All right? And this is not a finger pointing exercise, boys and girls. This is an exercise to bring in the exorcism within yourself. The demon. This is an exorcism. What's happening right here now? Because you're bringing up terminology. You're bringing up words. Penalty of perjury. Perjury is you're a fucking liar and a thief. No one else is. You are. Why? You're bringing up shit that ain't your fucking property. Every single word, every single thing that comes out of that mouth, it's going to put you under the hammer. Take him to the back. Once he gets his head straight, there you go. He's telling you. Your fucking head's wrapped in possession. Your head, it needs to be straight and you can get it done today or otherwise he's going to stay in custody until he answers the questions. and brought him down to the jail part of the courthouse. Good. Brings him back out. Third officer comes in. All right. Now the judge had a break from you for 5 minutes. Let's see what else is going to happen. All right, Mr. Spence, you got two options, asshole. Option one, answer the questions because you believe you're God. Now let's see what kind of a God you are. Option two, go back to jail. You got all the options on the table, and they're the best options you're ever going to get as a God in the courthouse. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
It's a fucking rude awakening, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never, I mean, before hearing your calls, I've never even really considered it to that degree.
No. Well, you boys, I'm just giving you a snippet of one example for the first time the ears that you've been known to own or believe you own, you're going to be shocked and awe. You will never hear this on Batman. You'll never hear this anywhere, right? And this is the beginning of how you start learning to unlearn. This is how it starts. And to humble yourself, first of all, to listen to the disasters that we are. That's the first step in humbling oneself to realize who the fuck's the problem. And that's a very good start indeed. Okay?
Daniel, will you ever be sharing one of the transcripts that you've had so that we might see?
Yeah, I can dig them up over time, but I want to focus on you boys first because what I notice about you boys is you're we've been very trained to listen to other people, but we're not training ourselves to listen to ourselves. You hear me what I'm saying? You guys have been listening to too many arsehole gurus out there for years and years and years, filling that head full of fucking shit. And it's time to start listening to yourself, how you speak before the judge, and you start realizing the nightmare that you are. And when you realize that, that's the first step. That's when you can start. I'll show you some stuff for sure. I'm going to, guys, stick with me or stick with this thing. You'll either run for your life or you'll stick around. Because this stuff is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for everyone. In fact, brother, most people run for the fucking hills, mate. They don't want to listen to this shit. All right? But this is, I'm showing you how the judge hears it. And the judge just told you that your head's not straight. Right. The judge just told you. You're a rotter. You're no good. You've got to be thrown into the box. Are you open for correction? Are you open for reproach? Are you open to be humbled? Are you open to repent? Are you open to meditate on the fucking nightmares that one has become?
Absolutely. Yeah, I never even considered, possessive terms. Like I said,
no. And half you boys, the way I started looking at you boys starting to text to one another, you got no idea what you're doing. And that's why let's make this opportunity to bring stuff like this to one another, where this becomes the workshop of unlearning. You can do all that chitty chat shit in all the other platforms, but just make this platform something special. And if you want others to come in, you tell them what we're doing. You tell them why is this different. It's different because we're going through a daily discussion on how we speak. We speak like we are God all effing mighty.
I do wish the other brother was on this chat too.
That's all right. Well, you got this recording, yeah?
Right.
Good. Share it around. That's what it's all about. Okay. Let's get back to it. Now, I'm just giving you little snippets. I'm not going into too much detail because when I go into detail, I could spend like 5 hours just on this thing. All right. I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to give you another 10 minutes and then I've got to go. But we can reconvene again on a Saturday because there's so much in this. It's blinding. And if you get a head swell just with me talking just this little bit now, it's you know, it's going to be enough. But it's going to be a start, and it's good. I can feel it, boys. It's okay. It's okay to to go through this. So the judge, let's go through it. So the judge goes, I already put you under oath. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Never speak, can I take the stand? That's going to give you basically, everything, how you speak, can I? No, you can't. Always flip it. See the opposite there. And who are you to take anything? Basically, you take anything, you go to jail. Where am I up to? Attorney appearance.
Just brought me out from the back.
What's that?
Just brought me out from the jail cell.
Oh yeah. Brings me out. Third officer comes in. All right, Mr. Spence, you got two options. Option one, answer the questions. Mr. Ruff, yeah, you believe you're God. You speak from I am. Option two, go back to jail. Which one is it, sir? And Josh goes, which one, sir? I need to know. Oh God, I need to know. Do you know what happens in some of the war movies I used to watch? One of the guys says, I need to know. It was the Second World War, and one of the Japanese officers put a gun to the head and blew his fucking head off. That was when he said, I need to know. Now, who the hell are you needing to know anything? So just remember that statement will actually blow your head off. This is how dangerous. This is the language that you're speaking, that one is speaking, that is perilous waters. This may be completely insignificant, the charge, what you went through, but I'm just showing you the language. It's like a physics laboratory about to explode into a nuclear bomb because of the way we use this technology. It's out of control, and we don't ask any questions. I need to know. That's enough to remove your head from your shoulders. And the judge goes, sir, are you Joshua Spence? And Josh goes, I am the attorney. So he's going back into that same thing, make an appearance, because you're now making, you're the maker. And you're I am, which you're the possessor and the maker. You're all the same thing. Appearance for just as I was asked to do. Right. So you're again God. And the judge goes, okay, if you're not Joshua thing, then I'm going to issue an arrest warrant. Yeah, that's right. Because you kept talking about an appearance, right? For just I was asked for. You're an attorney, so you're leading the judge to believe that you're not Josh, whoever, but he's going to arrest you because you're in contempt of court, pretty much anyway. And the Josh goes, I am. He goes, I am Josh Spence, and the judge goes, I don't need Josh Spence, the attorney. I need Josh Spence. He's been patient with you. And then Josh goes, well, Josh Spence, the person, is a fiction. Well, we all know that. And the judge goes, okay, how long do you want to stay in jail for? Yeah, we all know that. So he asked you a perfect question. How long do you want to stay in jail for? That's right. I reckon we give him at least 3 months. Of course, he wouldn't put you in for that. But if I was a judge, I'd give you at least, just to start with, 3 months. I'd bring you back out and I'd listen to all the claims you make. Then I'd give you another 6 months. Then you come out after 6 months and then you'd make a whole lot of more claims. Then I'd put you in for 2 years. Then you come out after 2 years and make a whole lot more claims. And then I'd put you in there for another 2 years. I don't know if you'd ever come out. I'd be the worst judge you've ever come across. Now, lucky you haven't caught me as a judge. And then Josh goes, sir, I am again the almighty God of the heaven and earth, a record, and I'm in possession of the summons under oath on the record. And the judge goes, I don't have time for this bunch of sovereign citizen nonsense. You're not the attorney of record for nobody. You're either Josh Spence or not. He's great. I love it. Okay, then. Have a nice day. I'm sorry to intrude on your case if I'm not the attorney of record. And the judge goes, okay, arrest him. And the judge, we give Mr. Spence a few days, see if he changes his mind about answering the questions. He'd be held until he answers your questions, because he's the possessor. He's God. Judge, well, I'm going to check in sooner that Then that, so long pause. So I'm check with him tomorrow and see where we are. Do you possess a phone number where we can reach you? He changes his mind about talking to you. John, yes, telephone number. Judge, so it's fair to answer your possession, your questions. It's a civil contempt. Yes, you're in contempt of court. Okay? He can purge the contempt by answering. In other words, purge, you can vomit up your demons, right? In contempt of court by answering. So the demons will come out of your mouth and your possession, because you're possessed, because you need this is an exorcism. So he's not sentenced to any specific time. So if you do an exorcism before the judge, he might be lenient to you, where you won't get sentenced for any specific time. He's just got to stay in jail until he's willing, right, to do what is required to him under law, and that is to answer his possessions, which is his questions. The judge goes, his father, yeah. So yeah, civil contempt because he's refusing to answer the questions. That's right, and I don't have any choice but to hold him in jail until he's willing to answer. That's right. You to answer. You started off with I am. Once you start off with I am, you're the God Almighty. You better answer all your fucking papers now. So that's it, boys and girls. That's a bloody good transcript. Thank you so much for bringing that in. Was that shocking?
It's certainly different than anything I've ever studied. That's what I was,
Yeah. Well, you need to start unstudying and unfucking yourself, because this is going to fuck you up every time. And this is how the judge sees it. Everything's through possession. And if you want to know about creator, you want to know about maker and God and all that rubbish, that's just all concepts under the one umbrella of possession, the possessor. And if you want to go down any other path, that's fine. Do it. This is the only path that actually, if you want to learn from the judges are showing you how to become whole. If you want to start learning a life where you're no longer in arguments, and you want to start to, find another way to live in this world, it's all in front of us. Who wants to actually see it and live it? Very, very, very few that I've come across want to do that.
Yeah, I have another transcript. Well, not a transcript. I was telling you another recording. This one's an audio recording from court that follows the same lines. I came in appearing for the person, the attorney of record, the whole nine. But this judge goes into way greater detail and actually goes on monologues and all kinds of different stuff. That's very,
I'd
very
love to
interesting.
See it. Good. Send it through.
I need to work with somebody that, Dominion, I'm not sure if you're able to clear up some audio or if you have any audio technicalities there to where we could get this thing to where it's a little better heard. It was recorded on an iPhone inside of a...
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm not if I said I wasn't a tech expert, I'm more of a tech disaster. So maybe the boys on this call, they're a lot better equipped than I am. Maybe we can all help one another out. But let's be in touch. I just wanted to just give you a little bit of a snippet about the transcript. We can go through the videos of the coppers another day. Saturdays are a good day, but if I've got some time, I'll just do a spontaneous call like this, and try to keep this platform. Just think about opening up the questions. Yeah, instead of trying to outcompete one another. This is not about pointing at someone and belittling. This is about uplifting. This is about looking at who's the problem, and then we start unlearning from there. We're learning from one another. I learn from you. You learn from me. And we start going from there. No one's got something bigger and better. No, we're all where we're at, and we're going from, and we're starting to break things down as we go along. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
All right, good. And if you've learnt anything on that, do the recording of it. And I love whoever's putting the YouTubes up. It's gold. And I'm led to believe, if I'm led to believe anything, people who hear it and people who hear this transcript, give me feedback. I love it. It's good to hear feedback. We love to hear feedback. I like to hear what people think about it, because if it's going to head fuck their brain, well, I'm fucking happy about that.
For what it's worth, brother, I believe it's me posting the Boon calls, quote unquote Boon calls.
Is that Dominion?
Yeah, yes, brother.
All right, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Right on, brother.
I appreciate it. Listen, I know I sometimes come across a bit harsh, but sometimes how else is the message to come across? Yeah.
True.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I come across a little bit, this is a bit of a wild man or a bit crazy, but you need to
nothing to say
realise
to
when
a
you go to
judge, man.
court, and you're in the hot seat,
That's right.
it's
That's right.
it's a
Been there.
completely different reality. You understand that, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So it's nothing personal. I'm not here to, if I get a bit upset or a bit grumpy about something, it's completely nothing to do with you. You understand that, yeah?
Right on, brother.
I love you, brothers. All right.
Love you too, brother.
Well,
Thank you,
we'll
Daniel.
check out for now, and definitely do this recording. I'd love to hear it.
I'll do it, brother.
Very good.
All
Thank you,
right.
Dan.
Let's be in touch and just, talk amongst the brothers, the stuff you're talking about, the transcripts. The more transcripts that you do, get everyone to do a transcript, because everyone can start listening to the fucking nightmare that they've become. And that's the best thing you can ever imagine. Look at the walking disasters we are. We've gone off path, boys and girls. We've gone off the path. So far, it's very sad, very, very sad. And if it's prodigal son, we'll go back on the path and we come back home. All right, and it's
That's
through.
beautiful, brother.
It's through the treachery that is where the home is. If the home is where the heart, come back to the heart, and it's through through what we demonstrated today is just a little snippet of an example of what we're talking about. All right.
Beautiful.
Lots of love. Talk soon.